Hi, I'm David and welcome to the shed. Today I'm working on my Sportster. It's a 98 rigid model, and what I'm doing is to change the oil. I'm changing it in both the transmission and the engine, with of course changing the filter. Now it's a simple job, it really is. Since I'm into the transmission, there's a couple of things I'm going to check while I'm there, because I can and it makes sense to do so. At the end, I'm also going to dispel one myth I keep seeing floating around about Sportsters and oil levels. So let's get into it. Okay, now this is not good. This is from the transmission, and it's a magnetic plug, and it's got quite a bit of metal build-up on it, but the oil is overdue for changing. Yeah, there's no particular bits, it's all very fine. There's a couple of grainy bits in there. It's not good, but the reality is that the gearbox does need rebuilding on this one. The dogs on first gear are pretty bad, which is quite typical. So a job that's been overdue ever since I had the bike is to have that rebuilt. Looks like that day is getting closer. Now, another abused feature on this bike from previous owners and mechanics are these. I guess I really should try and source some new ones, but so people have actually punched these round. I'm not really quite sure why. I'm guessing somebody, probably the previous owner, who didn't have the right imperial bits to actually undo them. Yet another piece of bodgery on this bike from previous owners. It's one of the main reasons the bike is in the state it is, and why it's more of a rat bike, which suits me, but might come out. They come out okay because I've copper slipped them in the past. Reinstall the drain plug. As ever, I like to put blue Hylamar onto the threads of the drain plug so that you get a liquid gasket seal. Since this is a magnetic plug, be careful not to get it all over the actual magnet, because otherwise the magnet won't be able to function properly. Can be a little over the top if you want, and put some rubber grease onto the O-ring, but really the Hylamar will provide all the sealing you need there. And torque to spec. So now we just need to unwind it and check our gap on the lever. So we're looking for there to be a 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch of free play here. Now you can either measure it here by pulling this away into this gap, which you can't really see on the camera, or you can measure it here before it starts to pull the cable. At the moment that's about 2/8 of an inch. So if I wind the lock nut a little bit more, the adjuster, That's starting to look that's about right. With the free play correct, wind the lock nut back up to here. And tighten the two nuts together. Then slide the rubber cover down, and it can help to get it back on if you just put some lubricant up, and it stops this adjusters from rusting up. Okay, so that proved simple enough, just as I expected. Now, back to the myth that I spoke about at the beginning. There's a general myth that you check the oil level on a Sportster when it's on the side stand. That certainly is not true when it comes to the rigid mount bikes, or at least the 98s. I can't speak of any others, but certainly for the 98s, the factory service manual is very clear. It says do not check the oil level on the jiffy stand, side stand if you're not in America. It says check it when the bike is upright and level, just like any other bike. Now I have to say, in practice, from my experience and testing, there isn't a lot of difference between the two. But there is this myth, as I say, going around that says you should do it on the side stand, and apparently not. It's a simple answer, but I'm not sure there's a real issue with it. Anyway, it's nice to get down to the base of that one. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys again soon.